Hi everyone. Welcome to my new subscribers. Thanks for stopping by. And to the rest of you. What you been up to? Um I keep saying that I am going to organize my mind before I start these, but I never do. And look, it's recording. I'm looking for the red light over here. It's over there. That's all right. Um I think I'm going to proceed based on the response I received from a subscriber last week. Okay? And I think this is going to work. Remember, I was talking, yes, it did, about using the duplicate stitch on the knitting I have done. Is that upside down? Yeah, it doesn't matter. But using the duplicate stitch, and as you can see, this duplicate stitch, I've done it up and down, is smaller than this one. This one is slightly bigger, and this one is huge. Okay? And they look very nice. And I think I have learned white is not the color to use to show you all something. The yellow is working better. And we know 2 years ago, I was passionate about yellow. I'm tired of yellow. I want orange now. But color works better. So I did try out this duplicate stitch. And yes, remember this sock? And I complained because I had not done, well, let me show you this side first. I had not done a row across here. Well, I did it by hand using the duplicate stitch. Now this saved my life because I can't always find one of these, or they're not handy for whatever reason. I had to go and run this thread. I threaded it on, one of these needles, and I ran it across where I wanted it to. So I knew the stitches that I would be working on to duplicate. Okay? Because without it, I would a stitch up, I'd be a stitch down, and I would be really annoyed. But by running the stitch across, running this thread across all these stitches, I was able to do my duplicate stitch. So now I have my heel outlined, and then that. Because remember last week, it was this row and then this row. Yes. Okay. And I'm still, I did them all. This loop is here because I'm pulling them into shape. I did them loose so it would give me some maneuverability. And in looking at it, one of the things, bring it closer, that I thought is you can make it bigger or smaller. You can pull it so that it's small to match these, or you can have them bigger because let's see how these are bigger. And that's just a design feature. See the loop, that's where I've just finished pulling. I have more to go. So when I'm finished pulling them, I am going to see what side, if I like it, do I want to go the other way and make them bigger or pull them even tighter so they could be smaller to match the row here that was knitted by the circular sock machine. So far I am pleased with this. Okay? And remember this one? Yeah, see, this is the white. Again, duplicate stitches. I've just been playing. I've been playing with the distance between them, the size of them, and distance. And I even went off to the side. Okay, I was thinking of doing a tree, but I realized with this duplicate stitch, you can do anything. The one thing I would caution you about, because I have a row here, this is at the edge of the top of the foot. There's a ridge. When you do the duplicate stitch, there's yarn that's on the inside. Let me see if I can show you. Ooh. Okay, let's take this out. Ooh. Ah, let me show you. There's a ridge. See these stitches? There's a ridge. Now, if you are very sensitive on your foot, this might not be for you, because I could see this irritating someone. You know, if you're related to the princess who had 10 mattresses under her, or was it 12, and she could still feel the pee under the first mattress, this is not for you. But this has possibility. Now, this one that I did along the side, this would be at the side top of foot. But I'm going to take this out because I think this has the possibility of really irritating your foot, because you'll have the sock on and the shoe will be rubbing against it. I think I will concentrate more on designing in the middle. And I'm not even sure I'm going to finish this because I have so many ideas floating in my head. But maybe I should. But with all the ideas floating in my head, I'm like, I could do this, and I can make this shape, and I could do the outline of a star or a moon or the sun. Yes. And it would be something neat to do when I'm traveling on the train. Okay? But I don't know how I feel about this now that I know how to do it. We will see. We will see. Okay? Now, before I put this down, I laughed at me, and I guess you're going to also. Since I was doing these that's not going to show it. Since I was doing the duplicate stitches, I decided, why don't I try? Let's see if I can show this to you. No. I decided that actually, this looks kind of good up close. But I decided I was going to try and do a visible creative mending. Okay? And so far, 2 things. The second thing, if you start putting yarn through your rib stitches, it is not as stretchy as the side that does not have that. See the difference? See how that stretches? Whereas with this, it doesn't stretch as much. You can feel the stiffness. Now, why did I do that? I did that because I have fallen in love with this book. Can you see that? Okay. And the lady who does this, Miss Collingwood Norris, she has a page on Facebook, and she posts the most beautiful pictures of the visible creative mending that she did. And after looking at the pictures, without reading it, I decided I was going to do something I saw her do. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, where is that? Is that it? Give me a second. Yeah. Here it is. I don't want to spoil the book. You see how in this rib, it has this visible mending. Okay, and this is at the bottom of a sweater. So I thought I could put it at the top of hold on a second, at the top of a sock. And I must say, I didn't read the instructions. I just looked at the pictures and I'm like, I can do that. Oh, I thought I was wrong. I didn't like the way it was coming out because, hold on, let me put this down so I can show you again. Okay, I need to sew it myself. When I did this side. Okay, let's get, when I went to do let's see, this is horizontal. So when I went to do the vertical stitching, I thought it would cover all of the white rib stitches. It did not. It only covered some of it. So I'm sitting there going, what did I do? But apparently that's what it does. There may be another way. I'm going to take the advice I once saw in a book for not a book, the instruction manual for one of these electronic gadgets, where it said, if all else fails, read the directions. So I guess I'm going to have to actually read the book, or at least the part of it that I want to work on. And maybe if I make it a sock with 120, no, I don't have 120, I have 96. I have my largest cylinder is a 96. So maybe if I do a 96 and then do some of this invisible, creative, invisible mending, it will take away some of the stretch. I'm not sure. It might be nice to look at, but it might not be the most practical thing. But in the meanwhile, just running the stitches through horizontally, that's cute. That has the possibility for a pattern. Because, hold on, let me see something. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it does take away some of the give, but it is, where I've done the vertical and the horizontal, those stitches are barely moving. But where I've only done the horizontal, it does have some give, though not as much as the rib that has nothing. We'll have to see. It's something to play with, and it'll give me something to do when I'm riding the train. Especially this week, I'll be riding the train quite a bit. Well, we'll see. This has possibilities. What else have I been up to? Oh my goodness, this part. Before I get to that part. Me and my flick knitting. Oh my goodness. I've gotten so good. I got it. I can now flick knit. If you don't know what that is, look it up on YouTube. There are plenty of videos. Now, what is interesting about this flick knitting, it's to give you speed, because you never drop your needles. You knit without ever dropping and wrapping. You've got your finger doing this. It took a while to get in here. The brain cells are not as young, but I did get it. There's one problem. I'm afraid to go fast. I'm going to go and stress myself out to learn a fast knitting technique, but I'm afraid to go fast. Why? I'm afraid of dropping stitches. Now, if that isn't the dumbest thing. So, I have it. Now that I've got it, I can probably put it start another one on longer needles so I have more stitches to practice with per row. But I have to get over the fear of dropping stitches, because it's a stitch. You just pick it up. It's not like it's not like the machines where you can drop a stitch and not find out until you're finished with a sock or finished with a sweater. So I'm so excited. You don't know. It's taken me more than 2 years to master this. I couldn't get it no matter what I did. And then when I did get it, I didn't know I got it because I thought I was doing something wrong. Okay, because everybody's finger is bent when they're doing it. My finger is like this. But it works for me. Which I should have figured that out, because I remember when one of the princesses was doing dance class, and they had a line of ballerinas stand and told them to assume principal position, whatever it was. They all did, and all of their feet did something different. Why? Because they had different shaped feet. Okay, so they'd assume the position, but they had to do different. It was a different style for everybody. But enough. I've got flick knitting. But what do I want to flick knit now that I've learned how to flick knit? I don't know. Anybody have any suggestions? Because I think with the flick knitting, it will go faster doing stockinette or doing garter stitch. I have so many. I've got to find. I'll find a pattern. I'll find something. Because now that I've gone through all that trouble, I am going to flick knit when I'm hand knitting. Yes. Then, after I did my flick knitting, what did I do here? Oh boy. Remember these I made these for one of the princesses a long time ago, and she has a habit of giving me socks back with holes. But thanks to this book, I know I can now mend them. So I've started covering the hole. Let me bring that close so you can see. There's a hole here. You can see the wood underneath. Oh, my fingernail is dirty. Sorry about that. I've been doing so much stuff, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I am covering it. I'm covering the hole in the bottom of this sock. That's horizontally. And then using this, I will go through and do no, I'm doing vertical, so then I will go back and do the horizontal, so it will close up the hole. I wish I had this yarn, but I don't have. Oh, didn't know, but at least I will have rescued this sock. Now it's a pair. This one fit in the little circle that goes with this. You know, it's supposed to go like this, and you're supposed to put the rubber band, which I can't find. So I just tacked the rubber band around this because the rubber band is not strong enough to hold this piece. And this is going to be my project for this week. The second sock has an even bigger hole. There's no way that little round circle will cover it. So what did I do? I took a piece of foil paper. Can you see that? Yeah. I took a piece of foil paper and I stuck it in there, and now I'll be able to do the horizontal. I did that one. I did the vertical first. I'm going to do the horizontal. So maybe this time I'll try doing the horizontal first and then doing the vertical and see what the difference is. And I'm absolutely certain that Princess will tell me what the difference is when she puts her foot down. Okay? Yeah. And I'm sure there's another way to fix this hole, but that's all right. That is what I'm going to do right now. Yeah. So I don't think I'll have socks next week. I don't owe anybody any socks. Isn't that something? Maybe I should go and make some for me. But then I would have to dye some yarn because right now I'm in love with the color orange. And I really don't have any orange yarn. And since I have put most of the stuff in the craft room, please don't think that the craft room is all set up. There are 2 flatbed machines up and ready to run, but they're surrounded by so much yarn, so much patterns. Oh my goodness. But it's a work in progress, and I can finally see the floor in here, so I'm happy. The love seat over there has 7 cushions and a fan on it, so I am making progress. It's just that I'm obsessed with getting this space in order, so I'm not spending as much time knitting as I would like. And maybe this week coming I will change that, but I've got to get these done. And it's nice that I've done this, but I wish I had understood. You know how many pairs of socks this child has given me back with holes, and I just tossed them out? Okay, and made new ones? You know how many? Because this is her specialty. You don't know what you don't know. So it is what it is. But I think this is going to be a week where I'm going to be on the trains. So this is going to be fun. I hope. So enough about me. What you been up to? What do your socks look like? Every day I go online, I see more and more people getting CSMs. Post your work. I'd like to see it. Okay? Let me go. I still have a lot to do. Bye.